I know there have been debates about whether your allies in Europe were with you enough. I just want to say one thing, which is yeah, but let me say one thing, which is I know you think that, but let me, and I know about the let's say your irritation about that. I know there have been isolated cases about which you are really disappointed, but generally speaking, the European allies have been there. I really want to make the point. Now I want to take you, if you stay here, I go over to these boards here. Because I want to show you what this president was able to achieve.
I don't know that they're ever going to solve that problem. I mean, you can ask me. We're so loyal to them. We're always fighting for them.
The Trump shows you the increase. Order. Last year, 54 billion. Total now, order book. And I start with this chart. This chart is about the Trump trillion. The Trump trillion shows you the increase Europeans and Canadians are paying into defense since you took office in 2017. Right. Trump 45 plus Trump 47. A total of extra spent by the Europeans and the Canadians of 1.2 trillion. Order catalog, order backlog. Last year they spent 54 billion, 1.2 trillion. 12,000 jobs created by the fact that you being President of the United States, being consistently pushing for something which since Eisenhower has not been achieved, which is the Europeans equalizing their defense spending with the United States. But I want to say two things more, if you allow me. First of all, to get all of this done, you have taken leadership here. Last week, you signed the Defense Procurement Act. You made it possible for companies to work together to be able, therefore, to ramp up their defense production. You have been very harsh with them a couple of weeks ago. But I just wanted to tell this story because, ladies and gentlemen of the American media, this is important. This is your president, but also leader of the free world, taking leadership role as is necessary.
Thank you very much, Mark. Very nice. Thank you very much.
You transform NATO, the like of which nobody would have even thought that you could have done. After all that, do you still think that European allies, like you told me, treated you badly? And if so, what can they do to make things better?
And I appreciate your nice words, but you really have done a good job. I think if anybody else were in that position, we wouldn't even be meeting today, to be honest with you, because we were let down. We didn't need help on this at all. We've demolished them in literally the first week. But it would have been nice if they would have said, we'd like to help. We didn't even need it, but it would have been nice if they said that. They didn't say it. I was disappointed. I was disappointed with Italy. I was disappointed with the UK. He's now gone. We're disappointed with Germany and France. We're disappointed with most of them. Spain is a horror show. Spain is terrible, even from your standpoint. I mean, they don't want to pay anything. They think they're in for a free ride. Spain is not a good group. Not a good group at all.
I don't have many disagreements with the President of the United States. Here I have slightly, because I do agree there is reason for disappointment, absolutely. But my argument is this. These are isolated cases. When you look at the overall, take for example Germany. From day one, they delivered on their these are bilateral commitments, of the techniques of this, but the technology. These are bilateral commitments these countries are having with the United States, so this is not, strictly speaking, NATO. And this led to between 4,000 and 5,000 US planes taking off from Europe. I would argue it would have been very difficult to do Iran without having Europe as a power projection platform for the United States. He's right. There is also reason for disappointment. It is a mixed bag.
Well, the big question is, are they paying the 5%? They agreed 6 months ago when we were together to pay 5%. And for the most part, they're not paying.
Well, when you look at the numbers, take for example Germany. So we agreed they get a couple of years to get there because you cannot spend it in 1 year because you have an absorption problem. But Germany, for example, Germany is doubling its defense spending between 2021 and 2029. They will spend over 150 billion by 2029, which is staggering, more than the French and the Brits combined even.
What do you want the allies to do more than what they are doing right now? Do you have
be loyal. I just want their loyalty. We don't need their money. We don't need anything. I just want loyalty. You know, we're so loyal to them. We're always fighting for them. We have thousands of troops all over Europe. In Germany, we have 50,000 troops. And then you want give us a little nudge, give us a little kiss. We don't want much. And they say, no, we can't do it. We're paying hundreds of millions of dollars for the troops that we have in Germany, the troops that we have in UK, the troops that we have all over Europe.
One thing about NATO, when it comes to the defense of the United States, NATO is crucial. These nuclear submarines there in the north of Russia are not there to attack Norway, they are there to attack the United States.
Miracle. We have the hottest country. They're pushing our communists and this country I want, and they have to. Every leader, and we had a lot of people in addition to...
The president was wondering why people would vote for the War Powers Act, and so as we began to speak, the president didn't want to hear my question, interrupted me, and so it escalated from there.
We're told the president called you a lunatic?
Can I imagine that the president called me things that would be said on a playground? Yeah, I can imagine that.
The president closed by preaching unity, but he spent the prior hour talking about things which were not exactly unified.
I don't like a few people, but that's okay. I think you know who they are. But I'll give you that information someday.
You don't know the population of the country you see.
There's no future of the MAGA movement, obviously, we're done.
This war caused the end.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, what is the MAGA movement? Trump has defined it as whatever he wants. Well, that's not a movement. That's a tick. That's a preference. It's like, what do I feel like having for breakfast this morning? Well, today it's, the pancake movement. It'll be Eggs Benedict movement tomorrow. Like, it's not a movement, It's just like it's a desire. We didn't go to war to protect our own interests. We went to war to serve Israel's interests. They've said that out loud. So this is not a conspiracy theory. That's contemptible. That's wrong. Obviously, it's an admission of failure, of defeat of the United States by Iran, which is the world's 34th largest economy.
America is back.